The idea of Shinsuke as a champion and having a face chasing him, that I can see way too many possibilities, too many good possibilities for a winner here. And that's one reason of many why I'm going with Nakamura to win. Now here are the big ones. We're talking about the Money in the Bank matches. First off, starting with the women's. The competitors are Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Lana, Natalya, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. Fool, who's your pick?
Not Sasha Banks. But with how I've been looking at this, how everything's been built, and just from all the rumors I've been reading online, it looks like they want to give a Raw woman the Money in the Bank and a SmackDown man the men's Money in the Bank. With that said, something we were hinting at earlier, with Ronda Rousey winning the Raw Women's Championship, it's a good way for them to have Natalya be the one to cash in and start their inevitable feud. And in my honest opinion, I kind of want this to be more than just, Natalya's turned heel and she's cashing in on Ronda Rousey. What I want to see is you see them hinting at the fact that, yes, I now have the briefcase and I will get that belt from you. But then what eventually will happen is something, let's say Ronda Rousey and Natalya are, let's say, celebrating or whatnot, or Ronda just had a match. Nia Jax comes out still angry at the fact that she still lost, maybe even being a henchman to Stephanie McMahon, to get that Stephanie-Ronda feud going. And Nia Jax takes Ronda out, and you see Natalya run in to make the save, and then she's looking at it, it's like, Ronda's out. You know what? I'm going to take advantage of the situation. She's already out. I'll just pin her. And that's what happens. She just simply lays down and pins her. You don't see Natalya place one finger on Ronda Rousey to do any damage. She just lays on top of her. No sexual joke intended. And just win the belt. And it's like, you actually did this? It's like, I'm sorry. I found the opening, and this is what it's going to get. And have it look like, yeah, this is still their friendship, but she took advantage of a situation, and it pisses Ronda off that it took an advantage over her.
So you're definitely picking Natalya to win.
I'm definitely picking Natalya to win.
And that, I believe, makes 3 of us, which I'm actually really surprised by. But again, like you said, as much as I would love to see some of these faces have the briefcase, the idea of Natalya and this storyline is just, it's way too big for WWE to turn down. This one is a bit more predictable than I expected or wanted to have this year, but there's still a whole boatload of talent in this match, and I'm really looking forward to this match as a whole.
Did you see the Fatal 4-Way match, that women's match that happened on Raw?
Was that the one that opened the show?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
My God, Ember Moon. She killed Sasha Banks.
I love Ember Moon. The more I see of Ember Moon, I love Ember Moon.
I'm not going to lie. That made me an actual big fan, because it's like, yeah. And Sasha Banks, I will stand with what I said earlier. She does not have a long career. With all these bumps and all these crazy moves that she's doing, basically messing up her back and her neck, that girl is not going to last long.
Yeah, hopefully someone tells her to slow down a little bit, but
she's basically going to be another Paige.
Oh, please don't say that.
If she keeps basically trying to be Dolph Ziggler and not realizing that Dolph Ziggler knows how to take these bumps and not hurt himself, yeah, she will eventually become another Paige. Her back,
I hope not,
or her neck will be seriously messed up to the point where she has to Please slow down, Sasha. I know
I know Tarek doesn't love you, but the rest of us do. We want you safe. But anyway, speaking of things that are not safe, let's bring it home finally with the men's Money in the Bank match. We've got Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, The Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and one member of the New Day.
I still can't believe we still don't know who that is.
I've got my guesses, but I'll let you pick
It's
first.
probably going to be Big E, since the whole big rumors they're going to give him a big singles push.
Do you want me to say something about that, or do you want to make a prediction first?
You know what? What do you have to say? As
much as my conventional wisdom is going to want to agree with you and say Big E, I'm going to make a bit of a bold dark horse prediction here and say that it's going to be Xavier Woods.
I would love for it to be Xavier Woods.
Between all the stuff that he's doing right now, and considering that, Kenny Omega is kind of cornering the market on nerdy wrestling fan chic right now, and given how successful Up, Up, Down, Down is, I can see this almost being a shot at Kenny Omega and the Elite, or whatever you want to call it, especially now that they're actually promoting this whole feud at E3, and they're actually talking explicitly about the Elite and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and all that. I would not be shocked at all if they actually end up putting Xavier Woods in this match. He won't win it, I don't think, but at least give him some good spots, give him a good showing, and then they end up promoting that as a part of his individual character persona thing. At least testing the waters with him to see if he can be that one of those breakout stars in his own right from the New Day.
As I would love to see that, and it makes perfect sense why putting him in, especially the whole Kenny Omega argument.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a riskier move. I think Big E is more the conventional wisdom pick.
Mm-hmm.
Omega. Xavier Woods would probably be the understandable yet unorthodox pick. As much as I love Kofi, he's more the workhorse. I don't think they're going to put him in that role just yet. They need a little bit more build for him. But as far as the rest of the qualifiers and the guys in this match, I guess I'll go first. Brian, according to our predictions, Brian picked The Miz to win this one. I made my pick later after thinking about it, after hearing from Dave LaGreca and Bully Ray on Busted Open Radio on Sirius XM, which is a great show, by the way. I heard this explanation, and I honestly really dig it. What if Braun Strowman wins? That is the one thing that can make him, who is pretty much the scariest person on the roster, even scarier. Because if you're a champion, it was bad enough when Braun Strowman can just, come after you if he looked at you wrong. Imagine him with the Money in the Bank. I believe it was Bully Ray who even pointed out, think about how much people would be salivating with, Braun Strowman's already over. He can do whatever he wants and people enjoy it, including myself. If he gets his hands on that briefcase, pun fully intended, if he gets it, just imagine, it's going to be like every episode of any show he's on is going to be like an episode of Jaws. It's going to be like Jaws, where you're just waiting for the shark. You're just waiting for the shark. It's big. It'll eat everything in sight. It's big. It's scary. And there's blood in the water. It's going to show up. It's only a matter of time. It's going to be awesome. So, maybe a little bit unorthodox, but the case for me personally is a little too strong. I'm going with Braun Strowman.
As good of a little analogy as that, especially with the Jaws, I can actually see that working more with my prediction.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I'm going to go with like I said, Raw woman will win the female briefcase, and a SmackDown man will win the men's briefcase. And the only person who I actually see can actually really benefit from having the briefcase, but he doesn't need it, but he could definitely benefit from it, is Samoa Joe.
That, for me personally,
and think about what you said, but just have Samoa Joe in there instead of Braun Strowman. It fits just as well.
I did think of that, and I did go back and forth between Joe and Braun, not only because I like both guys, but because the dynamic I can see being very similar, with one caveat. The only reason I didn't go with Samoa Joe or actually two reasons rather. One reason I didn't go with Samoa Joe was because Nakamura, we're all pretty much banking on that he's going to win the title. With Joe, regardless of whether or not if he goes after Brock,
he's not gonna. The rules say if a SmackDown guy wins, he goes for the SmackDown belt.
Yeah, Raw guy. If they wanted to pull the trigger on that, let's face it, they could work in some sort of loophole. They could do that. Not that I think they're going to, but I just don't see it as being that strong of a thing. If he ends up going after Shinsuke, it's basically heel versus heel at that point. As much as I love both guys, I don't think it would get over quite as well with the more casual mainstream audience. It's there's just something lacking there. But if someone like, again, I can absolutely see Joe making it work with the same sort of persona. He's great on the mic, and he's got a great scowl. Like I love that about Joe. But I think, given the face heel dynamics of everyone with a strap that anyone would be gunning for, I feel like Braun is going to get a much bigger reaction. Is going to be much more well received by fans of all sorts, both the core fan base and the casuals. And again, we as a fan base basically know that it's only a matter of time. Braun can just be biding his time, and again, every time Braun Strowman will come on screen carrying that briefcase, it'll just be like, everyone will just be like this. Is tonight going to be the night? Is tonight going to be the night? Well, guess what? Congratulations, WWE. You just gave yourself at least one whole month of week after week after week of must-see television. Because you want to see Braun Strowman cash it in. You want to see Braun Strowman eat somebody. You want to see Braun Strowman win and smash things and get these hands. You want to see it. I want to see it. You want to see it.
I do.
You want to see it.
I do want to see it. I just don't think Braun is going to be able to get the briefcase. And just because Samoa Joe gets the briefcase and Shinsuke's the champion doesn't mean he's going to automatically just go. He'll probably just go and make it clear. It's like, hey, guess what? I'm here. It's not going to be tonight. It's not going to be tomorrow. You may be the champion. You may not be the champion. But sooner or later, that belt will be mine. Mm-hmm. And I actually see. It's once again that whole dynamic of I like seeing heels with the Money in the Bank briefcase. They can do more with a heel being champion. Being a briefcase holder. Mm-hmm. So, like, I could just see more of the more, as you were putting it, it's like, is tonight the night when he shows up? Is tonight the night? Because who the hell knows whenever Brock Lesnar is going to show up?
I want to see a segment where Braun Strowman actually goes to his house and they actually film a segment at Brock Lesnar's house. Braun Strowman just shows up with the briefcase, kicks down his door, Braun, and they just have a crazy fight.
Okay, I think now you're going a little too crazy with this one.
Too crazy, or not crazy enough?
It'll be the whole Brian Pillman. All of a sudden, he's like he pulls out a handgun, that type of thing. That's what I'm looking at. This. Brock will just pull out one of his hunting rifles.
Honestly,
and then the screen will just go black.
Brock Lesnar will just pull out like a 50 cal and it'll just be like, ah! Okay, it would be so cartoony, but